in Excel, we could handle string or the collection of letters as a kind of objects which collects certain small objects, is letters, right? So actually we can pinpoint certain letter from a string at the 5th position, 6th position, 7th position, like that. And sometimes it's very handy and very necessary to handle certain task. So in this task, how about just reversing all given text? And through that way, actually we can pick up the surnames from the given whole full names. So it's just one simple small example how we handle strings, but there are many other formulas and functions within the Visual Basic or Excel. Okay, let's open new worksheet. It should be, it says worksheet number 2 in our lecture note, but it's not a big deal. But if you have a different one, yeah, just change that one like that. And in this task, it suggests to put names in A1, A2 up to A5, right? So first one is name, and next one is Mr. A.B. Brown with spaces, right? And if you want to make sure, let's change the size of it. So you can type one by one, but because this is an example, so we just keep a small number of names, but usually it could be many names, so typing all these names is not good, right? But also making Visual Basic programming, if you need to type the whole thing, it's another problem. But if you have an Excel file having all these names on it and something like that, then it's way easier if you make a Visual Basic program and copy the names into here, right? You understand? So, and it's very easy to do that, right? So please make that way and practice it, right? But let me just type here at this moment, Pat Smith, and next one is Dr. White, without that here, and A space, B space, C space, green. Okay, so we have 4 names, right? Okay, and we have title for that. Okay, so we can size up these cells, and I think it's good enough. Okay, and in E1, oh, sorry, I have to put this way, sorry. A1, A2, A3, A5, right? Okay, sorry, and adjust that one to see all of them. And at E1, put surname. So these are full names, right? 4 full names, and in here we want to put the last name only. Okay, that's what we want, and we want to make the kind of Visual Basic program. Okay, let's make a new function. So I think it's better to have new module for that, and we need to insert a procedure, not the subroutine but the function at this moment. And at this moment the name of that function is rev, that's the suggest one. Okay, click OK, then it start with that. And I already mentioned in a couple of tasks before, whenever you define a function, it's expecting a variable in there because it's a function, right? So in our lecture note, it suggests t. It's kind of string or text, right? That's the only meaning of it. You can give any name you want here. So in the code for the inside is like that. So starting with a variable for a string, and this variable comes with empty string, right? It doesn't start with anything. Okay, we have another variable, okay, and len of t. Actually, this is the length of that given string. So actually it counts how many letters in the given string, and it gives us the total length of that string. Okay. So it's very unnecessary. And then this for statement starting from I equals that total length of the string and reducing by 1, right, up to 1, right? So it's kind of the largest number to 1, right, whatever the length of the given string is. And for whenever you do that, this string rev is rev and adding up this, okay? And this mid function is already defined in Visual Basic. So it's a function, and it's very strange, but actually what this one do is for the given any string which is given by t, right, whatever it is, and looking for that position and returns that many strings from there. So it's always return one letter, right, from there. And right now it starts from the largest number, the possible largest number for the length of that string. So if it's the first time, then it returns the last letter from the given string, right? And the next time is the second to the last letter. So, and it just keep adding there, right? So at the end, this rev has exactly the reverse orders of the given string, right? The string is constructed by that way, right? So this is actually reverse the whole length of the orders of the letters in the string, right? So you understand that way, right? So this is one kind of function we could do that, but starting from Excel 2000, actually we use this function a lot, so they already built in functions in there. So instead of this whole thing, all we need is just one line like this. So the meaning is whatever the given string t is, the reverse is just reversing that whole string. So one word is enough because it has this kind of function in Visual Basic. So that is enough. Okay, so that's the whole command that we are going to use. So we have a nice function rev. Then let's go to B2. Just our first name is in A2, and put equals, and using that function rev, and what name is in A2, right? And hit enter. Let me adjust that. Okay, here this string is exactly the reverse of this, and small letter, capital letters as it is. Okay, then in C2 you can type in find double quotation mark surrounding one empty space and this one B2, and hit enter. Then it's giving us 6, and that number actually tell us when do we have the empty space in this string at the first time. So this find function is really looking for the place when we get that string inside that one. Okay. So if you typed in W instead of empty space, then it returns number 2, because the first time you see W in this string is the second place, then you are going to get 2. Right? So in this way, we know the first group of the string from the reverse of it. So look at here, our goal is looking for the first name, the last name from the given full name. So the typical way to give full name is putting the last name at the last, right? And we are expecting one empty space just before the last name, right? Of course you may have more, but right? So if you take the reverse of it, then our last name must be in the first place of this whole string, just before the first empty space. Okay, so that's what we do this much. Okay. Then in D2, let's type in left B2, comma C2, minus 1. Now I think you can guess, right? The left is from B2, from the given whole string. We are looking for some place which is C2 minus 1, so up to 5, right? So the meaning of left is it's by this number C2 minus 1, which is 5, we pinpoint the position of a letter in this string and the left side of it, including that number, right? So NWORB is going to be the return value for this. Okay, so we know we got this much, then it's clear what we are going to do in here, right? We're just looking for the last name, and this column D having the last name but is a backward, so all we need is just reversing that order one more time, right? So rev, we just use that function again, and we got brown. Of course, in this whole coding, based on one assumption, we should have empty space just before the last name from this whole, no matter what the full name we have, right? And we don't care how many empty space we have in the name, right? We only try to count the last empty space. Okay, so the remaining one is just try to copy this much, and I could try to autofill for the remaining rows. Then we got that much. Of course, if you want, you can change the size of these. And in our textbook suggests maybe you can hide this one, right? So it shows from the name, pick the last name only. Of course, you can make this whole procedure within the Visual Basic programming. So by just one click, you're gonna get the results, because we know how to find the last cell. So you know how much you have to run these routine parts and do all these the hidden parts within there. So let me show that one again. Unhide it. Okay, and got the whole results.